Deciding destiny, Matt's choice. After leaving the 32-story advertising building, Matt walked the 6 blocks to a small bar he and his friends hung out after work to let go of the tension. Advertising was a tough field to be in, and it could drag you down if you let it. An overwhelming feeling of being followed sunk in, so he looked back, but of course no one was there. This was a busy part of town and too early in the evening for a thief to risk being out on the street. A drink would help him relax, or he was going to go insane. Even knowing that no one had trailed him, it was a relief to walk into Joe's and spot the guys. Matt headed straight to the bar and got his Jack and Coke and gave the bartender a hefty tip, then headed to their usual table. They preferred this one because it was far enough away from the dartboards and pool table to avoid the loud rowdy crowd that usually hung out here, but close enough to the door that they could check out all the hotties who walked in without being too obvious. And this place seemed to attract a lot of them. There was an endless supply of women to fulfill their needs. It was awful of him to think that way, but let's be honest, men like him had needs that only a woman can fill. "Hey guys, what's happening?" Matt sat down next to Bill, his right-hand man. Charlie tipped his bottle to direct Matt's attention toward the 3 gorgeous women to their right. "We were discussing our approach and deciding which one of us has the best chance of getting them to join us over here for a few." Mike chimed in, and I said that I wanted the blonde 'cause man, she is fine. Matt laughed. Mike usually chased the blondes, and most of them were way out of his league, but he never let that bother him. Not easily deterred, he'd try his luck anyways, saying that some of them come around, getting lucky once in a while. Mike was much smarter than any of the guys gave him credit. Most times he knew what he was talking about, even when none of them wanted to hear it. "Well," Bill said, "I'm going over to tell them that we are just 4 good-looking guys out to have a great time and wonder if they would join us." Good old Bill, always up for the honesty act and then throwing on that charm of his. "I guess it has always worked so far, don't see why it wouldn't now," Charlie said as he slapped him on the back, forcing him to leave the table. They watched in awe as Bill gave that toothy white smile of his and told the women some charming joke, got them all laughing, and continued to persuade them out of their own booth and over to join the boys. It worked every time. Matt should be used to it by now. For the next couple of hours, they laughed and chatted away, but there were 3 women to 4 men. Matt felt like the third wheel and got up from the table. "I have a busy week coming up and need to get home to prepare." "You skipping out on us, Matt?" asked Charlie. "Yep," Matt called back, hearing taunting comments from the guys as he walked away. It was only 10 blocks to his loft, and it was still early, so Matt decided to walk home. Though he regretted it a few blocks later, when the sense someone was following washed over him. Matt feared to look, so he kept a low head. When someone called his name, Matt looked up and noticed a handsome, young man dressed in leather walking toward him. Matt had a moment of instant recognition but could not place him. "Hey. Do I know you?" The man just smiled. "Hi, my name is James and you don't know me, but let's just say this is your lucky day 'cause I'm here to make your dreams come true." Matt burst out in a laugh. "Dude, sorry, you're good looking and all, but I'm not into men and I don't pay for sex, so you can move on and go find someone else whose dreams you can make come true," Matt said as he walked around the man with his mouth open in shock. James chuckled, and then followed behind Matt. "No, that's not what I mean." He started over again, "That issue you've been battling with for weeks now, wishing to see what your future had to offer depending on which road you took. Well, ta-da, here I am, ready to show you what each path has to offer so you can choose for yourself the route to take." Matt stopped dead in his tracks. "What the hell do you mean? How would you know my wishes?" James just grinned. "Let me explain. Like I said, my name is James and I am an angel of destiny, deliverer of fates. Meaning I show up when people need help in choosing which path in life to take. I show them what the future holds for each path so they find it easier to pick one. You're desperate, so I am here." "I'm not sure I believe you." This guy made Matt uncomfortable. "Well, all I can say is there are many forces at work in nature to make the world go round, and I work for one of them. It tells me where to go and who to help, and to be honest with you, I know everything about you. But don't worry, all your secrets are safe with me. Like your undying love for Laura, and your fear of getting involved with her. James gave him a wink. This was crazy. Shaking his head, Matt figured he must be dreaming. That's the only thing that made sense. This is not crazy and you are not dreaming. By the way, I can also read your thoughts. This whole process is all very real and it may take a while to explain, so is there some place we can go to talk? Okay, this guy was for real. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Matt knew he was crazy for bringing this James to his apartment, but did it anyway. They had both stayed silent as they walked the last block. What the hell was all of this? None of it made sense, and shaking his head did not disrupt the thoughts. Crap, he had to stop thinking. It was so uncomfortable knowing James could hear his thoughts. Do you want something to drink? Matt offered. No thanks, I don't need to drink, eat, or bathe. I'm not even human anymore, I just take this form to contact or talk to one of you. It makes you guys more comfortable than when I show up in any other form. What do you mean anymore, and what are you exactly? I'm what you would call an angel or messenger, or something else depending on what you believe, and the anymore is for another time. So, you work for God? Well, let's just say a god, force, or fate, whatever you want to call it. Now enough about me. Let me tell you what I know. James took a seat on the plush leather couch. It is my job to help you decide your fate. I know it sounds cheesy. But that's the truth. See, I come to one of you humans, who desperately wants to see his future options and guide him on this way to choosing the best life path. I don't grant wishes and I can't give you anything other than a glimpse into your future. Take you, for example. You have a good life and a promising future if you stay on this life path. Plus doing it on your own terms and with integrity. Kudos to you. But now you're at a crossroads and don't know which way to go. You've been trying to decide what to do for weeks now and have been begging for a chance to see your future, hoping that someone would just tell you the best way to go. So that's where I come into play. Eventually my boss gets the hint, or just gets tired of hearing you whine and beg about your predicament, and sends me down to shut you up. With you, we could see your desperation to make the right decision and felt compelled to help. I still don't get it. You're here to tell me what to do? Not exactly. I'll show you two possible futures, then you choose which one you want to travel. I'm only here to guide you through and move you along, give you guidance here and there if you wish. I'm here to show you what your life could be. Let me show you. James placed his hand on Matt's shoulder and instantly they were transported to another morning. Shock fell upon him as Matt watched the scene play out in front of him, seeing himself walk into the office and waving to people as he walked. This is crazy. Just wait till you see the good stuff. James rubbed his hands like he was about to enjoy a tasty meal. Matt started to blush and his palms got sweaty at the sight of Laura sitting at her desk. She was so beautiful. Shorter, with smooth olive skin, blue eyes, and dark brown hair. Perfect hourglass figure with the booty in the back, just how he liked it. So right about now that future self of yours is pining for her, but you are nervous and scared she will turn you down and think you are an idiot, or even worse, say yes and throw your future plans into turmoil. So every day you choose to just say hi and move on with your day, like a moron. And still, you kick yourself in the ass at the end of the day for not taking that leap and asking her out on a date. You take the scared little boy route, but hey, that is only my opinion, so whatever. Hey, you don't understand how it is, and what is involved. I don't. Do you not remember the conversation we just had about how I know everything about you? Well, okay, but do you grasp what it's like to have a good idea of what your life is gonna be like and how everything should go, and then have a beautiful woman come in and turn that all upside down on you? Honestly, I personally have never experienced that, but I do know when someone is acting like a douche. James just smiled at Matt. But I will hold my 2 cents on this one and see what happens. Every day, you walk by her without anything more than a hello, and this is why I'm here. You'd like to know what would happen if you go up and ask her out on a date. Well, let's see. Wait. Do I truly want to know? Seriously, dude. This is what you wanted and now we're here, so let's see what happens. Matt freaked out as he watched himself approach Laura.